Hey, it's Julie. Are we live? This is the Do Business Like a Woman free training. There we are. We are live. Good. So, how are you this week? And what have you been focusing on in your business? I would love to know. So, welcome to the weekly free training to help you get your next 4 high ticket clients. And today's topic is a juicy one. So, we're talking about how to turn browsers into buyers. Woohoo! And this is so needed in today's marketplace. We're going to talk about how to go from hello to sold in 4 simple steps. So, looking forward to it. Make sure to stay till the end because I've got something juicy to share with you. So if you are new to the community, welcome. I'm Julie and I created Do Business Like a Woman back in 2013 and have been in the coaching world ever since. Always coaching around helping people get clients, helping them build their business. Over the last year and a half, I've been doing some consulting with much more established multi-6-figure coaches, supporting behind the scenes and helping them with their sales funnels. But I missed working with solo coaches and really helping you guys to get more clients because I know how tough it is out there and I know how it can feel. So what I'm going to share with you today is going to help you, and it is going to help you to get lots of high ticket clients for yourself in a short space of time. It's going to show you exactly which daily activities to focus on, because something I hear from my clients and the people I talk to is, gosh, I don't really know what to focus on, and so I find myself procrastinating. I've always talked about it like being an octopus on roller skates, right? Trying to do all the things, spreading yourself too thin, trying to be on all of the platforms. And it's actually a way that we keep ourselves stuck because what we need is focus. What we need to tap into is the power of one. And this is all part of my philosophy. It's what I believe in. I'm a big simplicity kind of a girl. I love things to be simple and straightforward. I love connecting. So if that sounds like your jam too, you are definitely in the right place. And I'm going to give you a little preview of what's to come on this training, and then I'm going to unpack each part for you. So 4 simple activities that you're going to do to take them from hello to sold. And they're really simple. Number 1, you are going to build a community of people who are ready to buy. So you're going to build a community of people who are ready to buy. That's number 1. Number 2, you're going to nurture that community. And we're going to talk about what that means and what it doesn't mean. I am not expecting you to be chained to your laptop. Number 3, you are going to create posts that pay. Posts that pay. And number 4, you are going to ask. Oh yeah, we're going to ask. We're going to make invitations. So let's unpack this a little bit. And I will tell you that this is working today in today's market. And the reason it's working so well is because there is a trust recession. People have been burned buying coaching and different programs that didn't live up to expectation. Have you been there? I know I have definitely been there, and it's not fun to invest thousands of pounds and then not get the experience, support, or strategy that you would hope for. Unfortunately, it's too common in the coaching world, but I know that you are here someone who is genuine, as someone who genuinely wants to help people. And I know with all of this uncertainty going on, it can cause doubt in our minds, like, oh my god, is what I do good enough? Am I able to help people? And that doubt is a business killer. Here's what I know, because I experienced some of that about 1.5 years ago. I started to doubt myself because the market changed, and you may have experienced this. What used to work to create clients online and sell became harder, and what used to work wasn't working anymore. So whereas a little while ago you could kind of put a post up on social media and you get people in your DMs and people ready to buy after watching one video, it's very rare for that to happen these days, because there is that lack of trust. People need to know who you are, they need to know you're genuine, they need to feel that connection with you. And there are some other pieces. They need to feel that belonging, they need to feel that sense of community, they need to have that trust. And so for me, I had this giant wobble about a year and a half ago, and I was like, oh my God, I must be really bad at this, no one wants my stuff. But just recently, after a year and a half kind of going into other coaching business and supporting that way, I missed doing this so much, but I was looking at it and I was like, looking back at my client results, I've got a page with a lot of client success stories on, and I was like, wow, this is not a fluke, right? Look at all these results, woman after woman after woman, 13K weeks, 10K in 2 weeks, 6K launch, 10K month, right? Feeling better, feeling more confident, know what to do, know the activities to focus on, filled my group program, have been in, other programs, didn't get results, came into, back then it was called Fierce, Feminine and Free. That's my group coaching program, and suddenly getting results. So I was like, well, this cannot be, like, I can't be that bad. I can't be that bad at my business coaching, right? If all these women are willing to come on and give me these testimonials and share the story of how my methodology and my support helped them. And it's nothing to, it's nothing to do with me personally, but clearly there's something there that works. So I was like, you know what, let me get back in, let me share what I've learned over this last year and a half, because I've been working in some of the big funnels. And I will tell you this, even in the coaches with like multi-six-figure, really established brands who are spending hundreds a day on Facebook ads, they are struggling a little bit too. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm saying it because what I've seen is, if you don't put these pieces into place that I'm going to share, it doesn't matter if you're nearer the beginning and looking to get your 10K months on the regular, or even your 5K months on the regular, or leave behind your full-time employment and do this full-time, or you're wanting to scale to like 20, 25K months and above. If you do not have these pieces working in your business, you are going to struggle. And what I saw with the bigger coaching companies is that when they didn't have this in place, they were bringing in the leads through paid ads, so they're paying for their leads. Ad costs were expensive, but then the sales team was struggling to convert, so the conversion rates were dropping and the business was becoming less profitable. So they may have been, revenue very high, but expenses were very high and conversion was going down. So all of this meant that they were not having the results they used to, until they put into place these nurturing, relationship building, community pieces. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So rest assured that this absolutely works, whatever level you are at, if you will work it. Now, I've seen for a lot of us who are, we don't have the big businesses yet, or the big team or anything like that. One of our biggest blockers can be our own kind of self-doubt, our own mindset. And this used to show up for me like dabbling a little bit. So I'd get my strategy and I'd start working it, I'd get on fire and I'd be really consistent, start creating some momentum and results, and then something would hit me, I'd get some self-doubt and I'd take my foot off the gas, or I'd stop getting back to people who were hot leads, or I'd stop kind of communicating and nurturing. And of course, that is inconsistency, and of course, that leads to less consistent results. So for us, what we really have to do is lean into being consistent, lean into the belief, lean into the certainty, because I know that when you do it this way, I know from experience and from seeing it and seeing my mentor doing it as well, my colleagues doing it as well, and myself, that when we do it this way, we get results. So without further ado, put me a hell yeah in the comments if you're ready for this training and you'd like to know how to take people from hello to sold in 4 steps in a very short amount of time. Put hell yeah in the comments. All right, let's talk about it. So we've talked about how the market has changed. So building that community is really, really key, right? Since COVID, don't you just really want to be part of a community? Don't you want to belong somewhere, whether that's online with certain people that you connect with, whether it's the local community? You know, I live in a farming community, and I actually love going and connecting with people. I live in a little village, and when I walk to the shop, because I work from home full time, so when I walk to the co-op to have a little break, people will talk to me, and it's so nice, you know, having that sense of belonging, that sense of community. We are all craving that, particularly since COVID and everything. Or I hope that I can say that word here, but since all the lockdowns and everything, we are really, really craving that. So one of the things you can do is build that buyer ready community, and you really want to fill it with people who are excited to buy from you. And there are ways to position you as the leader of the community, but also showcase your expertise. But a word of caution, what we're very much moving away from today is the guru on a pedestal, right? People are not interested in that. We see through that. So much more, it's about highlighting your community members, bringing people on board. You know, great leaders, and I know you know this, are the ones who celebrate their people. It's not all about them. Think of Gandhi, Mother Teresa, you know. There's a video, you guys might have seen it, and it's like a dance festival, and I've seen it a few times. It's brilliant. But this guy is there, and he's like standing up. There's a crowd all sitting around, kind of chilling out, and there's like music in the background. It's like a festival, and this guy gets up and starts dancing. He's a bit odd, but he starts dancing, right? And he's just dancing on his own, and he's one oddball dancing on his own. But he keeps going, he's loving it, doing his thing. Now, one guy gets up and comes and joins him. Now, guess what he does? The first guy, he doesn't ignore him, right? He doesn't like try and dance bigger or better. He welcomes him in. He like pats him on the back, brings him in, and then dances with him. And they both start dancing together, right? That's your first follower. You bring them in. They're just as important as you, right? You welcome them, you celebrate them. Guess what? Now a third guy comes. He gets welcome in. Before you know it, the whole field is running, and there are like hundreds of people running to join in this dance party, and it ends up with this whole field of people dancing and partying. It's so fun. It's such a good video. I'll see if I can find it and link it below here. I don't know if I'll be able to, but that shows you the power of being a community face leader, right? Community facing leader. So you definitely want to think about building that buyer ready community. Where is it going to be? You know, is it here on Facebook? Do you have a group as well? I know a lot of you do. Is it somewhere else? But somewhere where you're going to build that community. And it's more than just an audience, right? An audience are sort of people that follow you and watch you, and they may like you, and they may occasionally buy your stuff, but they're one step removed. Community, you're bringing them in. Remember the dancing guy, right? You're welcoming them in, patting them on the back, letting them know they belong, celebrating them. That is the difference in community. That is the difference in the level of trust. Now, you may think, well, how will they see that I'm an expert if I'm kind of bringing them in and putting, you know, having them on the same level as you and all of that? Well, that's what the next steps are for, okay? Because it is your community. You are the leader. You are going to position yourself as a trusted authority that can help, right? A generous authority. And you're going to do that through your posts that pay and through the way that you nurture and you show up in that community. and that will showcase your expertise. But it's no longer a case of standing on the soapbox and preaching, and it is so much more of a case of being in there with our people, supporting, serving, giving the value first, right? Don't be afraid to allow people to get results first. They will pay to come and implement with you. This is a big change in the marketplace. You know, before, as coaches, we were always told, don't give too much, tell them the what, not the how. That's changed, right? That's not good enough anymore. Do not be afraid to give away your best stuff. Show them, help them get results and wins. Information is freely available out there. You can pretty much get anything you want, right? I just type into Google and AI will bring up an answer for me. But for someone to come and implement on what I teach, it's like, I'm giving you some really good stuff right now. You can take this and you can go build your business, and if you follow it, you will get some wins. However, there will probably be more questions. You know, there is huge benefit. I was talking to a client about this just the other day. Where does value really come from when someone works with you? It's not just for the information. Otherwise, they would just go and do a cheap self-study course, right? They come to you because they want to be part of that energy. They want to tap into your energy, your certainty. That yes, they want your strategy, and they need to know that you have a plan. Right, I need to do another video training on that, all about your plan, your methodology. It's no good to be vague, right? You have to show and demonstrate that you have a clear plan to help them achieve the result. That is how specific we need to be. I've lost my train of thought, but basically, oh yes, value. So basically value comes from someone being in your world, being in your container, tapping into your energy, being part of your community, doing it with others, you know, having your certainty, having your methodology. That's where the value comes from. And so people will pay to come and work with you and implement on what you teach, right? Get that extra level of support, because look, we're all busy. We can't sit here, or some of us may be able to. I certainly don't have time to sit here and go through a million pieces of free information and piece together a strategy for myself. Best off, and I've done this, and I've always done this in my business, find the mentor that has the strategy I want to implement and plug into them and follow it and do it and listen and be coachable, right? Don't resist. Like, don't pay a coach thousands of pounds and then not do what they give you to do. So that is why people will pay for you, pay to work with you. Even when you give them your best stuff for free and you are generous and you teach and you help them get a result up front, which is what I'm doing here in this community. And it's why you definitely want to tune in and get all of the free trainings. Do it at the same time every Thursday, 11 a.m. UK. If you look in the guides section here, you'll see replays from the previous weeks. Step number 2. We want to nurture those people. This is a word that's a little bit overused, but you know, back in the day, this was one of my words. This was one of my client creation activities that I always taught, nurture. And it's become quite widespread now. People talk about nurturing, but it still stands, right? You want to connect with your people. You want to give them that white glove experience. You want to message with them, talk to them, hear from them, listen, find out their needs, right? It's not enough to slap up content anymore and wait for people to come to you. It's not about cold DMing either. There is a way in between whereby you bring people into your community, you welcome them in, give them that pat on the back, dance with them, right? And then you ask them in the DMs, what is it they're looking for? Give them some free training, give them some resources, some value, help them, ask them questions. And then there's a relationship. And then when the trust is there, and we don't rush it, there's no need to rush. When the trust is there, you can invite, you can ask, and they will buy. And that is how you create clients in today's market. So number 2, you want to really build those relationships and nurture those people. This is about connecting. everyone today is so obsessed with AI, right? And automating everything and being hands off and passive income. And I get it, right? I get it. Those things sound fun and nice. And who doesn't want to sit on a beach and sip a, I don't know, I like a mojito. What's your favorite cocktail? Post it up in the comments. Mine's mojito. Love it. Love the mint and so refreshing. Anyways, my goodness, tangent. Yeah, I get why we want passive income. I get why AI can be brilliant, right? Chat GTP, ManyChat, there are lots of things that can support our business. But I will tell you this, until you do the basics, which is what I'm teaching here, and you get your message dialed in, nothing you can scale with AI is going to help you. Because if your message isn't landing to begin with when you talk to somebody, what do you think just getting it out to loads more people or like automating everything is going to do? Nothing good. Nothing, unfortunately, nothing good. But look, AI is brilliant. It has a place. But I want to say this, when everyone else is zigging, we zag, right? When everyone else is zigging, we zag. So everyone's all on their AI, automate everything, hands off, train. Well, how about if we lean into the connection, white glove, and we can still use AI in a smart way? Of course we can. And what if we lean into the real person connection? What if we lean into the I'm going to serve you and I'm going to connect with you human to human and I'm going to do this? You may say, well, I haven't got time. And I say back to you, really? You haven't got time to build your business? Is that so? That's something that I used to tell myself. It's actually BS. What it was really going on was I was getting burned out and I was feeling unsure and I had doubts and there was a lack of certainty. That's what was really behind it. So, let's call BS on ourselves. You do have time. We all have the same amount of time in one day. Now, I'm not saying you're not super busy with a million other things. Completely get that. But this does not actually have to take a lot of time when you put processes around it, right? So the worst thing you can do with this is try and do it kind of slapdash, hit and miss. I'll message a few people, I'll try and build something here, then I'll hop across to another platform and I'll spread myself too thin and I'll be like this octopus on roller skates. I can tell you, nobody has time for that, right? Because that is inefficient. So that is not what I'm saying here. What I am teaching you is a simple system, a simple process that is, in my view, your fastest path to high ticket clients for your coaching or service-based business. It is actually simple when we actually do it, right? So give me a yes in the comments if you're picking up what I am putting down, because this is simple, it's proven, but you do have to do it, right? And it's literally, this can take you, I'm going to say a couple of hours a day, but in some cases it doesn't even need to be that long. But a couple of hours a day to build your business. Would you be willing to invest that if you could get, say, one extra high ticket client this month? I always say, let's get you your next 4, and that is possible, 100%. But it's on you. But even if you got one, worth it? Worth a couple of hours today? A day? What if you did it for 3 months and then you started getting 5 high ticket clients a month, or even 3 in your first couple of months? Would it be worth it then? Yes. And then once you see the process working, you lean in and you can have certainty and you can have confidence, because getting those quick wins, getting those results, it builds confidence. When you make sales, you're like, yes, feel good, I can see this working. Even before you make sales, when you implement on this, and you're welcome to get some support with me if you'd like help, but when you implement and you start to see, oh, people are engaging, my leads are responding, they're asking me for the training, they're replying in the DMs, they want what I'm sharing, I can see this building, that in itself builds your confidence. So yeah, I just want to share that with you. Okay, let's talk about number 3, posts that pay. aka client magnetic content. It's what I used to call it, but it's posts that pay. So this is all about creating content that is so dialed in. I'm going to give you a bit of an example. You have to be so specific for your market. This has changed, right? Let's take, say, a money coach. Say you're a money coach, and maybe you're talking about relationship to money, investing, passive income, multiple streams of income, real estate investing, you know, financial planning, budgeting, all things to do with money. And your audience is going to be a little bit confused by that, right? Better for that money coach to do some market research, find out what her people are, the one big problem that they want solved right now, the pain that they're in, that they will pay to get out of, and talk only about that. So I don't know what it would be for this hypothetical money coach, but maybe she does some market research. She interviews some of her people, she talks to them, and she finds out their worst thing right now is they are, let's say that they are service providers, and they are stuck in cycles of variable income. And because of this, they're not able to save any money. And the biggest problem for them right now is they are, you know, having a really high month and then almost nothing in their business, right? I just made that up, but suppose she finds that out. Now she goes all in with talking about that problem, that pain, and how she solves it, and her plan to solve it, and her philosophy and her approach, and the desired outcome they want, which is regular income, and how to manage that and still build wealth. And she goes all in, and that is what she talks about. Which one do you think is the winner? Which one is going to lead to sales? The one that's talking about many different topics, or the one that is super focused on the one pain and the one problem and the one result? The power of one. Write that down, the power of one. I can tell you she will get the sales way, way quicker. Because remember this, on social media, not everyone is seeing hardly anything that we put out. So you need to be so consistent with your message and so dialed in. And I will share with you quite transparently that as I get back into this and I get going with my own business again, even my message, which people say to me, oh, it's so tangible, it's so specific. It's not specific enough yet. I'm still in the research and exploration and testing phase, and I'm quite happy with that. I mean, look, I'm serving clients, but at the same time, my message, it used to be for the old market a few years ago specific enough. So, you know, let me show you how to get your next 4 high ticket clients without ads, techie funnels, or spreading yourself too thin. It's kind of specific, but I can go even deeper, right? And I will. And part of what I'm testing right now, you will have seen some different content from me. It's all around getting clients, but you know, I'm testing different ways of speaking and listening to you guys and finding out what exactly do you want to learn from me, and what is the absolute value that I can add for you. Like, if you could learn one thing from my experience that will move you forward, what is it? And I'm still leaning into this, and I love this browsers to buyers topic, but I'm waiting to hear from you guys. You know, is this something that is useful for you? Is this valuable? You know, I did a live training last week about live launching and why live launches, a lot of them flop, and how to fix yours. It's something I can talk about because it's something I've done many, many times, and it's something I've supported other coaches to do successfully many, many times. Is it what you guys most want to hear? Don't know yet. Question mark over that, right? But when I find that thing that is the thing that you guys want solved, and that I can help you, and it's going to get you the better result, you bet I'm going to lean in and go super, super specific. And so that's what we need to be doing. And our message is ever evolving. You know, it's not static. There's always another level deeper to go. But the more you can hear from your clients, and try not to talk about too many different things, try to stay in your lane. And when you find the one that works for you, lean into it. Got it? All right, number 4 is you've got to ask people. I used to talk about this, and it was always the 4th client creation activity, ask, because so many times we forget, and we do, right? We do all the good things. We do all the training, the content, amazing, nurturing, bringing leads on, and then we totally forget to ask them to work with us or make them an offer at the right time in the right place. Is it because we're uncomfortable? Is it because we're busy? We forget? I don't know. But there is that saying, isn't there? If you don't ask, you won't get. It's true in business too. So you really, really do need to do this last piece and ask and invite people. And it really doesn't need to be scary. When you tap into my system and you do it this way, in this process, it's very natural to then make invitations and say, hey, did you want to come and work with me on this? Do you want some extra support around this? And when you have that trust, absolutely, people are going to start saying yes much more frequently. So, and of course, you do need some numbers of leads coming in, but it's nowhere near as much as you think, I promise you. Your biggest problem, you may think, is that you need more leads. I challenge you on that. Have a look on your Facebook. I bet you have loads and loads of potential leads already. Your biggest problem is how to engage them and take them from hello to sold, right? And that's what we're solving for you. So let me know how you found today's training. I hope it's been really useful. Please do give it a like or a love if you got some value, and say hello to me in the comments. Let me know what your questions are, because as I said, I'm doing this training every week on a Thursday, same time. We'll build a content bank of training for you, so you absolutely can go out and get your next few high ticket clients and get that result and start building your business so you can have all the things you want, that financial freedom, that feeling proud that you're on your mission and you're serving, working from home full time on your thing, on something that means something. It's so gratifying, isn't it? It feels so good. So let's get you there. If you would like some more help, I do have an offer for you where you can come and work with me for 3 sessions, and we're going to do strategy. So we're going to do your avatar, getting super, super clear on who it is that you serve, your avatar. Who is it? We need to know. Second up, we're going to dial in your message. And if you know me, you may know that messaging, drawing your medicine out of you, helping you with your copywriting is a superpower of mine. So we're going to draw that out. We're going to show what's unique, and we're going to bring out your brand voice. And then finally, session 3, we're going to get super, super clear on your best offer so that you can start to invite people and make those sales, right? Ask. So we're going to cover your avatar, as in your who, your messaging, and your offer. And I will help you craft 3 posts that pay. So these are the sort of posts that when you post them, people are raising their hand and they're saying, yes, I want your free training. Yes, I would like one of those strategy calls with you. And we will craft 3 posts together and come up with those, and you can use those right away to get some traction in your business. So that is my offer to you. It is currently at a very, very reasonable price, and you get all of my expertise. I only have 1 spot available for this. So if you are interested, reach out, send me a DM, we can chat. I'll ask you some questions about your business, your stage of business, what you're looking to achieve, what your goal is. And then if there's a fit, I'm really, really happy to share the details with you. And this is going to be absolute fire for one person who wants to get going and get those 4 next high ticket clients. With that said, lots of love to you, and I will see you next week for our next live training. Bye for now.